Hi. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is going to work and we can actually stream this. I'm just doing some work here. I am preparing for art and myself to work on carving. So I'm making a bunch of simple things. And actually, this baby dragon I started forever ago, and it was annoying me, so I just did it in the corner, and I haven't dealt with it for a while. So I'm going to see if I can put it in shape and have a little baby dragon coming out of an egg. And also working on mushrooms, just sort of generally making mushrooms until RTX. Thinking of the booth as kind of a big art installation, not just a place to sell individual pieces. Though everything in the booth should be for sale. So it's beautiful, I think. Okay, fun. I'm going to go ahead and carve out here, see what y'all are saying. Sorry about the light, but I think if I go out in the other direction, I'm not connected to the internet. So I'll pull the table closer. I don't know if you see anything. Yeah, let's get a little brighter. If it breaks up or any kind of issue, connection. Okay. For me, please. Actually, before I didn't really get to see it. It's a mess. Giving it a like beak. Thinned its tail out. Hopefully the tail will be strong enough. It's mostly going with the grain, and I took off as much of the sapwood as I could. Should be okay. I want it to be a little delicate little dragon coming out of it. So that's it with a little bit of texture, not too much, and no finishing work, just chainsaw so far. Let me bring the table closer, and we'll just move closer to the powder. Better? Can you kind of see it? Gloves. Yeah. I'm just making a scale texture, trying to think of where the scales would be lying. It's a dime tip bar. It's only 8 inches long. It's the size of a dime, so it's called a dime tip. It's just on the wood. It creates like a little crescent. So you sort of scale by tapping it. Very Bob Ross. Except that it's very noisy. there's something really awesome and fluid about chainsaw carving, because to be able to just take your pure thought that's just in your head, or like, I wonder what that would look like, and then just gouge it out of solid wood, like that's a tremendous amount of power to feel so like artsy about it, you know? I don't know. It's an interesting combination of very fluid and precise, but also like powerful and just like being able to manifest what you want almost immediately, compared to like other things. Even with painting, it's like layering and drying, you know. This is just nice and simple. So, I'm going to show you what that tapping looks like. It's kind of covered in bar and chain oil. But, you can see my glasses are fogged up. Yeah. And then when I take the grinder over it, slightly lightly tap, so it's not uniformly smooth, it sort of buffs it out in certain places and gives it a really cool texture. So I may want to light spray paint on before I start kind of grinding off. Create something sort of watercolor-like. There's a guy who did that at the English Open up in England. Oh, what was his name? German guy, he's amazing. Florian something with an L. Anyway, he's this awesome carver. And he did this beautiful fairy, like this elf woman who was like, had this sort of top, but then she was just holding onto like sheets. And her legs were like, it's very like, sort of like, it's very fantasy novel cover, you know, with like the sexy elf. Anyway, but he did this watercolor effect by using spray paint and just misting the spray paint, and then taking the grinder and just sort of very lightly, inconsistently brushing it off and leaving bare wood under it. And it did this really beautiful watercolor kind of effect, which I tried to recreate at the Australian Chainsaw Carving Championships with the dancer, but I didn't have the time to really mist, like I was just frantic. So that is a lot more like... just a lot more contrast in the paint versus raw wood, which I was hoping to get more of like this beautiful watercolor. I'm going to keep trying, maybe with this one. What am I making? Sahara. Well, it's something that I started making a long time ago. It's a baby dragon coming out of an egg. And I've done that before as like a quick carve and something I can do at a show, because the bottom part's very simple. It's just an egg, and you just make that shape, and then if you have time to sand it, great, you know? So half the carving is just empty and smooth. So it's a nice one for like a quick, easy one. But I did this one a while ago, and it was just like lumpy and misshapen, and I got really pissed off at it, and then I just decided to shove it aside. So I set it aside for a year and a half, maybe. So I'm getting back to it now, because I think it would be a good one for RTX. And it's small enough, especially since I have to take it in to fix it, Small enough that hopefully it could ride on somebody's lap on an airplane. That's what I'm kind of thinking for most of the carvings for RTX, with the exception of this one, which I'm going to bring for show after his face gets a little... It's my caveman. He is a man, but it's also a cave. Sitting on top of, like, cave stalagmites, right? Tights, mites. Which ones are the bottom ones? And some crystals. It's like crystals on the bottom, which need a little bit more clean up on the faceting. They got a little, like, round in a few places, which I'd rather have a little more facets. And then there's just sort of a rock texture. And he's sitting on this, one of those, I don't know what they're called, but the kind that do the drips like that. And there's this really interesting natural hole, which is, you see the sapwood, so that's where the tree just naturally grew an opening. It's not rot. It's like clean wood. It's just like an opening. So it looks kind of awesome. And then his mouth is this cave opening, except the light is backwards here. And his uvula is like a stalagmite or tight, whatever. So I thought that would be a fun one just to get people's attention. And then when they see that it's too expensive or too heavy, they can buy a mushroom. And he's pretty tall. Like, I think they're pretty taller than me, actually. I'm 5'8", so nearly 6 feet. Maybe 5'9", 5'10". I'm also wearing tall boots. Can you guys hear me? Let me go through your comments before I get busy again. Just a second. And I'm sorry I'm yelling. I have earplugs in. Let me read your comments real fast. Hi, everybody. It was not inspired by Game of Thrones. I'm just generally interested in fantasy, which is why, one of the reasons I love Game of Thrones. Oh man, the last episode was definitely the best of, I think it might be one of the best, I think it's one of the best in the entire series. Tell me what you think, if you've seen it. And don't spoil it for people. But honestly, guys, I mean, it's a little late in the week to be holding us accountable for spoilers. Thank you all for the nice things that you said. Chainsaw carving seems like riding a motorcycle, lots of power and lots of finesse. Yeah, I imagine, except that if I drop the saw, well, no, it's dangerous. They're both dangerous. I'm scared of motorcycles, though. As a kid, I knew, like, a lot of my aunt's friends motorcycles. So when I met Jeff, I made his motorcycle. Thank you, and thanks about the soap. Anyone who's interested, I'm making a maker's soap, which is, like, going to be gritty. And it's handmade. It looks like a crosscut of a log. It's like super cute. And it smells, the perfume is wearing off. It smells woodsy and unisex, so hopefully it'll appeal to everybody. And I kind of prefer those kinds of smells anyway. I'm not really into sharp, fruity smells or anything like that. So I hope you guys like it. And I have a matching style. They don't have the same name because the soap is really a maker soap, and that was the only idea. But when I found out that since I was designing this company, Laudica Body Essentials in town, they're a local natural soap company. They make other products, and I was like, oh wow, we're going to design. There's a fee for them, like, blending a perfume for me, so we might as well make a perfume out of it. And then that one, Jeff helped me named Magic Hour. Tell me what you think. It was sort of between Magic Hour and Fireside. And I haven't pulled the trigger on the labels yet, so there's still time for me to... But I think it's Magic Hour, because I already have the artwork for it. And it's still, like, kind of in the creative person spectrum, since that's a photography term. And magic is cool, you know? Thanks for asking, Plastic Dad _ Thank you, Adrian, for the feedback on, oh wait, no. Who just said that thank you, Sahara, for the feedback on the sound. Can you please guess? What do you mean? Magic Hour was happy hour. It was not really the intention. And it's, hopefully it smells like young people. Oh my. Okay, well, I'm going to get back to work for a little while, but I'll put the laptop over there and then you guys can watch this. I'm not sure if you can see since it's working against us. find some of the egg edges. And then, see, I got a little thin right here. I have to take it in a bit with smaller tools later that are less rattly. I'm kind of worried about breaking it. Gotta keep it somewhat thick. So, hey, thank you, JKD3, for becoming a fan. And 62 Sam Green, 1999. Oh my god, it's so hot. It's getting hot here, guys. And of course, I put everything off until hot weather. I'm going to take off my chaps and work on the grinder because I'm hot. So, see, I just Kevlar, which is like thick, like pillow padding. I like these because they wrap around the leg. For women, chaps don't always fit, so it's kind of nice to have the added protection. Plus, I got these at the Australian Chainsaw Carving Championship, and they're really slimming for chaps. They're like a nice executive blue color, you know, for executive carvers. They're not super bulky. I have the angle grinder, which is even louder, so if you're at home, you can mute me or whatever you feel like. Get out of the way. For any of you people going to RTX, I'm designing a lot of new product, and I'm actually a little worried that I've over-designed or had too many items, and it's not even nearly as many as I wanted to make. There are going to be 2 new shirt designs, and then I'm in a very loud place. It's going to always be loud here. 2 new shirt designs and a hat similar to this, not this, but it's gray. But my logo here in bright black. And then I have soap and perfume, hobby carvings, and I think I might be selling some of my friend's artwork there too. The guy who's helping me design the booth. We're gonna do some awesome lights display things. They might be for sale. All right, let's get to work, guys. Get closer. off. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for becoming fans. Appreciate it. I think I'm still, I've been experimenting, and I keep saying I'm done, and then I keep experimenting with live stream. But I think I'm pretty much settled here. I do use Periscope too. But I'll let you know. Is that triggering anyone's ASMR? If I do it soft. If you can hear it over all of the racket. Except I think the mic is there. Alright. Oh, what time is it? Sorry, I'm going to do a little finishing work, but probably mostly packing up. I didn't get a lot of carving done today. Tomorrow I'm going to start pushing early, though, and hopefully I'll get more. Actually, something finished completely. Oh, it's come along. Look at it. I wish I would have shown you at the beginning when I first got here, because he was definitely an ugly, lumpy thing, and now it's cute. Tail, I gotta figure out the tail still. I'd like to thin it out, but I'm worried about strength, so we'll see. Alright. Maker spares. Yeah, at the moment I'm really, can I tell you, there's a lot of great ideas on how to follow, but I have too much work already, and I take a vacation actually. The dilemma for me at the moment is just getting the work done that I promised. And I'm not bragging, I'm just super behind. I'm going to read some of your comments before I take off. It's hot. Anxiety attack. Oh, for sure. When I don't want to talk about it, but yes, it's one of my fears too. I like my zombie. I like the fact that it's sort of foodie related with brains. Happy you're excited about soap, Adrian? Spares, shivers on the spine. Well, hopefully did that actually work on you? Come on. So industrial here, it's so loud. I want to do a chainsaw ASMR overlap, but and honestly, I think that some of my videos when I'm the one picking music, they kind of get that direction anyway because I like that mellow electronic music. So, and I end up turning down or off all the chainsaw noises anyway. Though I think that actually the sound of a chainsaw, if it's far away, is really kind of comforting because it reminds me of waking up on a weekend morning and having neighbors in the distance working in their yards. So that's what it reminds me of when it's it can be a nice, relaxing sound if it's done right. So maybe I'll try that. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be my live stream for the week, unless I am amazing and excited about something tomorrow. But I'm pretty stretched and thin at the moment, so I'm going to try to fill you guys in on the process every time I can think of it. And I'm actually going to be dyeing a bunch of fabric for the booth with my friend Tom Bandage, who's helping me design the space. So we're probably going to do a ton of fabric dyeing for RTX. Maybe this weekend I'll put a notice out. It'll be on YOUNOW. All right, if you guys want to watch some fabric dyeing, tune in sometime this weekend, Sunday evening before Game of Thrones, maybe. Let's stay loose and see what happens. Okay, bye guys. Talk to you later.